Hey, what's up guys, this is Initial Shock here. I want to be to the point with this one. This video is going to be about the CTE changes for the LMGs, that LMG buff that we're all hearing about and seeing. I'm just going to give you a few stats on what they've changed, and let's hope that some of these actually make it into the main game, because I think they would really balance the support class as it is right now. I'll be playing War Pigeons, and I just want to mention that I did do a previous video on the Perino Model 1908 Defensive, and I just have to say that's my favorite gun in the game right now. The reload animation I'm completely in love with. It's a great gun, long range, medium range, short range. It just gets the job done. So if you haven't unlocked it, try to do that. Give it a whirl, and if you like it too, leave me a comment or two, or tell me why you don't like it, and we'll get the ball rolling on the conversation. So I'm going to be covering the Lewis, Hewitt, and Perino, the Madsen MG, MG15, the Parabellum, the Bar and Ben Marseille, and the Showshat machine gun in this video. So they're kind of grouped, how they've changed them. So first off, the Lewis, the Hewitt, and the Perino all have a maximum damage, as it is in the game right now, of 23. So they've increased that to 26.5. And the minimum damage is 15, and they've increased it to 20. I think this is great. I run almost exclusively with the Perino right now, and if they buff the damage like they're saying right now, I'm going to be better off, which is awesome. But they will be increasing the horizontal recoil for these three to compensate for that damage buff. And I believe it's only at range. The horizontal recoil will be going up a bit. So then we're going to jump into the second group here, the Madsen MG, the MG15, and the Parabellum. So all three of these have maximum damage of 23, and they'll be increasing that to 28, or they have increased it in the CTE to 28. The minimum damage is 17.5, and they'll be increasing that to 21. Excuse me. I'm gonna just take this moment to actually give you a little bit of a review on the Parabellum. I don't run with it very often. I just got a bit of footage for you guys, just to show off the new weapon. I'll give you a few stats here, so you're not completely in the dark. And I got all this information from Simtech, or Simthic, and I'll leave the link for that in the comments or in the description below, and you guys can go check out your favorite guns on there if you haven't already. So the damage right now, the max damage for the Parabellum, like I said, is 23. The minimum is 17.5. The fire rate on this is 700 rounds per minute. That is insane. That is insane. The muzzle velocity is 870 meters per second. So you're talking 870 meters per second at 700 rounds per minute. That gun is nasty. Nasty up close, nasty at range. The recoil on it is a little wonky, but if you really put time into this gun and get good with it, you're going to destroy people. Destroy. It's good for suppressing. It's good for laying down those kills, covering your buddies. I do like the gun. Like I said, I don't use it very much, and I do think that if I were to use it, I need a little more time to just kind of adjust to that recoil model they got going there. And I love the reload, when you spool up the drum, take it off, and replace it with another one. That's awesome. DICE did a really good job at pleasing us aesthetically. So here onto the next group of LMGs, we got the Bar and the Ben Marseille. So these two have max damages of 23, and they've increased that to 26.5. The minimum damage is 19, and they've increased that to 23. I think the bar is a dirty, dirty gun. I use the telescopic almost exclusively when I run the bar. Gives you a little more range. With that bipod, you set that up, lay down your belly, you're good to go for days. It's an excellent gun, especially when you can just kind of buy it right off with some war bonds. I highly recommend the telescopic, or even to start off with the Storm variant and work your way up. I find the trench variants more for spray and pray, going into bunkers or houses and just cleaning them out. But this is an excellent gun. Highly recommend. So let's move on to the last group, the Poor Lonely Shoshat by itself. Now, it's the only reason why it's by itself in its own group is because it already has a max damage of 35. So this gun, you can actually take somebody down with 3 well-placed shots. It used to be a beast. I used to use it all the time when the French DLC came out, and then I moved on to bigger and better things. But still love the Shoshat. The sound it makes is incredible. The reload is awesome. Too bad this gun wasn't as good as it was back in World War I, like DICE have it here, because then the French would have been unstoppable. But it used to jam a lot, and that's no good for anybody. So the max damage goes up from 35 to 38, which is incredible. And the minimum damage actually goes from 23 to 28. So this gun, if they keep these stats, is going to be another powerhouse. Now it does have a lower fire rate. It has the lowest fire rate of the MGs, but that shouldn't deter you. If you keep guys at range and engage them at long to medium, and get some cover, get a spot where you can set your bipod up, you'll be golden. You see here, I'm kind of heading towards the pigeon, so I kind of ran into a few guys, and that medic was already low. But if you put this up against somebody like turning a corner with a Hellriegel, you're not going to have a nice day. So anyway, there's the CTE stats that they've implemented now in the CTE. Now, if you don't have access to the CTE, they open slots every once in a while for premium players to come in. All you have to do is go to the main screen, the main menu of Battlefield, and I think it's if you tab over RB over to the About section, you'll see the CTE tab. You just have to give that a click, and then it'll walk you through. I think there's an agreement you have to go through, but you put your name in the pot, and they'll give you access when more spots open up. And DICE, they're always looking for feedback, so any bugs, any issues you guys have, you go to their Reddit page. I'll leave the link in the description below again. Reddit page for that. Get your comments in there. You know, the PC kind of overtakes us a little bit, but since we're console players, we got to stick together. So get those comments going to DICE. Get your feedback in. We'll make some changes for us, hopefully, and for the rest of the players. So having said that, I'm gonna send this one out. I will be back tomorrow with another video. I wanted to do bloopers, but maybe not. So, but thanks for stopping by, and have a good one.